Hare Krishna. Welcome. 8 o'clock class, and this 8 o'clock class will be of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Well, there are many Bhagavad sessions available in many temples, and I thought of doing something different, but still in the same parampara of the same parampara. And today I will be starting with Chaitanya Charitamrita in English, and the same lecture will be there in tomorrow in Hindi. I will be trying to get Marathi Chaitanya Charitamrita, but as we all know, the temples are closed, so it is very difficult for me to get. If anybody knows Chaitanya Charitamrita's PDF in Marathi, and I will be obliged, please message me in WhatsApp 90490200078. That is my WhatsApp number, calling number, WhatsApp number, all. Please message me so that I can give this lecture in Marathi also. But till that, we will be having one lecture in English, and the next day the same lecture will be there in Hindi. And what is the difference between Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita? If we say why not Bhagavatam, today is the class 8 o'clock at Bhagavatam, but my dear friends, Chaitanya and Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahi anya. If this is so, then what is the difference between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita? No difference. Both of them are about Sri Krishna. And what is the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam? For gradation of the devotees, that may be different. But for me, if I think, and to get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to get mercy of Lord Krishna, to get mercy of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita or Bhagavad Gita is as same as equal. I cannot say Bhagavad Gita is greater than Chaitanya Charitamrita or vice versa. No. Everything is of Krishna, and whatever is of Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Everything is at top. So, but as rasa, and if you want to experience the rasa of love and sweetness, and if we have to understand how Krishna is so sweet and why the love of Krishna we should have, the love of Krishna, and we have so much of understood Vedic Karma Kanda in Bhagavad Gita. All the Vedic references are given about Lord Krishna, how he is the supreme authority. We have also found Vedic references about how the soul is part and the fragmented part and parcel of Lord Krishna. All these references are given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And we have also seen in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that Lord Krishna is our Father. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Creator, Maintainer, Annihilator, and everything is emanating from Him, and He is our Father. He is our whatever seed giving, He is our seed giving Father, Bija Prada Pita, and Bija Mam Sarva Bhutanam, whatever is existence, the seed is given from Lord Krishna, and nature is having given seeds of different jivas, and then jivas are formed as per their past good deeds and bad deeds. We have seen all this in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have understood the superiority of Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have also understood what Krishna is expecting, loving devotional service. That also we have understood with Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna is instructed Maya Sakta. Lord Krishna is instructed Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyadiman Namaskuru. Lord Krishna is instructed Sarva Dharman Paritejya Mamaika Sadam Raja. We have seen all that. That is in Bhagavad Gita in nutshell. If I am able to understand it properly, I am explaining it to you that this is what is Bhagavad Gita in nutshell. We have understood, tried to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, different cantos having references of how this world is created and how material worlds are created, how different planetary systems are created, and what are the different avatars of Lord Krishna, 21 great avatars, and what were the reasons of behind all the avatars. And we have also seen, and likewise we have seen the stories of devotees, different devotees, how they devote Lord Krishna in different ways, their affection towards Lord Krishna, their devotion towards Lord Krishna. But everywhere it is said, Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. But everywhere it is there that it is the superiority part and the father part and the part that I am the devotee and he is the God. But one thing is missing. Even though there is a relationship, blood relationship, soul relationship, that he is our father, still there is something missing. And what is that missing? That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to explain in this material world. What is missing? Everybody loves Lord, everybody devotes Lord Krishna. That is why I have changed my words. Everybody devotes Lord Krishna. None loves. And the problem with these devotees are, they do it as a sadhana. You have to do your sadhana, but not as sadhana. It should be loving devotional service towards Lord Krishna. And if that has to be done, then we have to follow footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if we have seen that in the Brahma Samhita, we have tried to understand how beautiful, how excellent, what to speak about beautiful and excellent are very less words to speak about the abode of Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Dham, Golok Dham, Vrindavan. And we have seen all gems, desire fulfilling gems, desire fulfilling trees, desire fulfilling cows, and thousands of Lakshmis are serving Lord Krishna. And we are always striving the entire life for Lakshmi, and thousands of Lakshmis are serving Lord Krishna. This also we have understood in different granthas and different scriptures. But what now is remaining is, yes sir, excuse me, I have understood everything about Krishna as much as possible. But now then what? And that is told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then what? Yeah, you know all the procedures, how to chant, what to chant and when to chant and all that. But now again the chanting misses something. 64 rounds per day may miss a thing. And loving devotional service for the 24 hours of Lord Krishna may miss again something. Something is missing in your life, like we say. Even the investigator says, कुछ तो मिस हो रहा है, कहीं कड़ी छूट रही है. And what is that missing thing? And if that we have to understand, we have to come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First we will take the obeisances of, we will pay our obeisances to our Guru Maharaj. Om Adnyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। And we have seen all those what we have learned in the introduction, and again there will be an introduction of Chaitanya Charitamrita as given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that we will see a better part of it, or say the part which we can easily understand, if I may say, as a dignity towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But main thing is, what is most important to understand, that we are going to understand about Chaitanya Charitamrita's introduction. And this Chaitanya Charitamrita's introduction is actually the delivered as 5 morning lectures on the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we can understand there are morning lectures of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Those are 5 morning lectures given. The authoritative biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami before the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, New York City, April 10 to 14, 1967. This is given by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this was delivered as 5 lectures on Chaitanya Charitamrita. That introduction is stated here. Now, if we have to understand what is the meaning of the word Lord Chaitanya, word Chaitanya means living force, Charita means character, and Amrita means immortal. Amrita, nectar, is immortal. That is Amrit. Amrita is a liquid which is made, if you drink that liquid, you will become immortal. So, Amrita means immortal. As living entities, we can move, but a table cannot, because it does not possess living force. Movement and activity may be considered signs or symptoms of the living force. Indeed, it may be said that there can be no activity without the living force. Although the living force is present in the material condition, this condition is not Amrita, immortal. The word Chaitanya Charitamrita then may be translated as the character of the living force in immortality. So, living force, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya means living force. The word Chaitanya means living force. Chaitanya also means consciousness in our body which is there, that is also Chaitanya. The soul, that is also Chaitanya. But that comes from the soul. Lord Krishna, even he is as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is advented as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But how is the living force displayed immortally? It is not displayed by a man or any other creature in this material universe, for none of us are immortal in these bodies. We possess the living force, we perform activities, and we are immortal by our nature and constitution. But the material condition into which we have been put does not allow our immortality to be displayed. It is stated that in Katha Upanishad, that eternality and the living force belongs to both ourselves and God. Although this is true in that both God and ourselves are immortal, there is a difference. As living entities, we perform many activities, but we have a tendency to fall down into material nature. God has no such tendency. Being all powerful, he never comes under the control of material nature. Indeed, material nature is but one display of his inconceivable energies. And we are like God. But what nonsense blunder we are making it, we tend to fall down. That is what is our current position. We have been fallen down to this material world. Why? Because even we were with Krishna, doing Krishna consciousness, we thought of material life. I think we came across, our eyes came across a material family and how they are enjoying the family life. husband, wife, children, and maybe lust or something, greed or something. And then we felt that in our mind, and Krishna kicked us away in this material world. Okay, you want that, you are wishing for that, go ahead, do that. But material nature is but one display of his inconceivable energies. This is just but one display. It is not his the entire display. But Lord Krishna is away from the material energy. He doesn't like this material energy that we have seen. An analogy will help us understand the distinction between ourselves and God. From the ground, we may see only clouds in the sky, but if we fly above the clouds, we can see the sun shining. From the sky, skyscrapers and cities seem very tiny. Similarly, from God's position, this entire material creation is insignificant. And this material creation is insignificant, and we jivas are more insignificant, and staying at Virar are more insignificant, and we staying at Virar, we go to Lord Krishna or any other demigod, and what we ask for, yes, please give me some money, please give me some job, please give me some nice flat, please give me this, please give me that. So insignificant persons having nonsense, insignificant desires. God, however, does not have this tendency. The Supreme Lord is not subject to fall down into illusion. The Supreme Lord does not fall down to this illusion. This is actually an illusion. First, that we have to understand. God, however, does not have this tendency. The Supreme Lord is not subject to fall down into illusion any more than the sun is subject to fall beneath the clouds. Impersonalist philosophers, Mayavadis maintain that both the living entity and the God himself are under the control of Maya when they come into this material world. This is the fallacy of their philosophy. And when person falls down in this material world, automatically his intelligence also falls down, automatically his mind also falls down, automatically his vision also falls down, automatically his thinking also falls down. Same way the understanding of the scriptures, what they have understood, Mayavadis have understood, also falls down. So they think, some are thinking that God and us are the same, but no. But if it is said that when God comes to this material world, he also becomes the puppet of Maya, but that is not the case. God is self-esteemed, and the person, we have say organization is self-esteemed. Organization is not depend on anyone. That is self-esteemed, and this is God is self-esteemed. He is self-sufficient. He is Swayam Prakashit. He is Swayambhu. He does not require anyone. He is the supreme, and he comes all his superior opulences with him when he comes to this material world. If it was like material person like you and me, he would never have come down for us. But just because he is God and he is having full mercy towards his nonsense devotees, that is why he comes to this world. Nonsense people, I will not say devotees, nonsense people who does not even understand what is Krishna, what to speak about devotees. For them also he is coming down. And that is nature can have only with God. It is not possible with person with a material nature. No, it has to be something more than material, outside than material, and that is what is called as transcendental. So, but the transcendental nature is what we require in our heart, and that transcendental nature is highly exhibited by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That we will again see ahead. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, should not be therefore considered, there should therefore not be considered one of us. He is Krishna himself, the supreme living entity, and as such he never comes under this cloud of Maya. Krishna, his expansions, and even his higher devotees never fall down in the clutches of illusion. Lord Chaitanya came to earth simply to preach Krishna Bhakti, love of Krishna. And what is missing in our life is love of Krishna. And if you want to have spiritual happiness, the word happiness is only derived in spirituality. It has nothing to do in materiality. The word happiness has no meaning in materiality, and the word enjoyment has no meaning in spirituality. It is only in materiality, because enjoyment is for some time and then it is finished and it turns to a sorrow. Enjoyment of a car for 100 kilometers, and 101st kilometer that car has a breakdown or meet with an accident, and that enjoyment becomes a sorrow. That instrument of enjoyment becomes the instrument of sorrow. So whatever we do according to the past karmas, we are going to be bearing that, and that is what we are facing right now. And that is what we are doing this exercise. Lord Chaitanya came to earth simply to preach Krishna Bhakti, love of Krishna. In other words, he is Lord Krishna himself, teaching the living entities the proper way to approach Lord Krishna. And there are different ways of approaching Lord. One can call his name, but is there any seriousity in calling that name? And that also we have to check. Do it like this, A, B, C. From this one should not foolishly think that teacher is learning his ABC. Similarly, although Lord Chaitanya appears in the guise of a devotee, we should not foolishly think he is an ordinary human being. We should always remember that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, God himself, teaching us how to become Krishna consciousness. And we must study him in that light. Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. If we have to understand Lord Krishna, we have to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But first thing we have to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that he is Krishna himself. He is not as human being as you and me. Why? Because he is not affected by Maya. In spite of in this material world, he is aloof from Maya. That is the quality of God, and that is the quality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is not affected by Maya. And if a professor teaches you ABCD, that doesn't mean, or 1, 2, 3, 4, then that doesn't mean he does not know ABCD. The teacher knows ABCD, but it is for you, he is teaching you ABCD. And that we have to understand. In Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Lord Krishna says, "Give up all your nonsense and surrender to me. I will protect you." And what Krishna says, give up all your nonsense and surrender to me. But what we do, we say, oh, surrender, but I have so many responsibilities. And Maya illusion says to us, don't do it, or you will be out of my clutches. Just stay in my clutches and I will keep kicking you. Nice example. That is why we have to learn from the authoritative books, from the authoritative parampara. That is the beauty of learning. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter 66 verse, Sarva dharman parityaja mameka sharanam vraja. Give up all your nonsense and surrender to me. Aham tam papebhya moksha ischami man. I will protect you. We say, oh, surrender, but I have so many responsibilities. That is what we say. And what Maya says, and Maya illusion says to us, don't do it, or you will be cut off my clutches. Just stay in my clutches and I will keep kicking you. That is what Maya says. I will kick you. It is a fact that we are constantly being kicked by Maya. Just as the male ass is kicked in the face by she ass when he comes for sex. Similarly, cats and dogs are always fighting and winning when they have sex. Even an elephant in the jungle is caught by the use of a trained she elephant who leads him to a pit. We should learn by observing these tricks of nature. So one has to understand Maya, one has to learn from the elephant. The she elephant is trained to train she elephant and tries to seduce the he elephant, and the he elephant runs after the she elephant and then falls in a pit. This example is better to understand what Maya does. Maya is distracting you from Krishna to herself. Krishna is attracting you. Leaving Maya, come to me. But Maya is distracting you from Krishna. What will you hold, Maya or Krishna? One has to make an intelligent decision. Maya has many ways to entrap us, and her strongest shackle is a female. Of course, in the actuality, we are neither male nor female. For these designations refer only to the outer dress, the body. We are actually Krishna's servants. But in conditioned life, we are shackled by iron chains in the form of beautiful women. Thus, every male is bound by sex, and therefore one who wishes to gain liberation from the material clutches must first learn to control the sex urge. Unrestricted sex puts one fully in the clutches of illusion. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu officially renounced this illusion at the age of 24 in the family. Although his wife was 16 and his mother 70, and he was the only male in the family, although he was Brahmana and was not rich, he took sannyasa, the renounced order of his life, and thus extricated himself from family entanglement. And that is what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. As we have trying to understand one major point, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is same as Lord Krishna. He is not a normal human being. Why he is same as Lord Krishna? Because he himself is Lord Krishna in a different outfit, in a different mood. But he is the same himself, Lord Krishna. The authority of all the world's supreme personality of Godhead and the lone Krishna. If we wish to become fully Krishna consciousness, we have to give up shackles of Maya. Or if we remain with Maya, we should live in such a way that we will not be subject to illusion, as did many householders among Lord Chaitanya's close devotees. With these followers in the renounced order, however, Lord Chaitanya was very strict. He even banished Junior Haridasa, an important Kirtana leader, for glancing lustfully at a human. And Junior, not the Haridas Thakura, a Junior Haridasa was glancing to a woman, and he kicked that devotee. Banished, not kicked, banished that Junior Haridasa, an important Kirtana leader, for glancing lustfully at a woman. The Lord told him, you are living with me in the renounced order, and yet you are looking for a woman with lust. Other devotees of the Lord had appealed to him to forgive Haridasa, but he replied, all of you can forgive him and live with him. I shall live alone. On the other hand, when the Lord learned that the wife of one of his householder devotees was pregnant, he asked that the baby be given a certain auspicious name. So while the Lord approved of householders having regulated sex, he was like a thunderbolt with those in the renounced order who tried to cheat by method knowing as drinking water underwater while bathing on a fast day. In other words, he tolerated no hypocrisy among his followers. This was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was expecting the devotees to be a thorough devotee. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, even the devotees may forgive him, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not going to forgive him, and he thought of living alone. From this Chaitanya Charitamrita we will learn how Lord Chaitanya taught people to break the shackles of Maya and become immortal. Once you break Maya, you become immortal. Is it very easy to leave Maya? No. Thus, as mentioned above, the title may be properly translated as the character of the living force in immortality. The supreme living force is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is also the supreme entity. This is innumerable living entities, and all of them are individuals. This is very easy to understand. We are all individual in our thoughts and desires, and the Supreme Lord is also an individual person. He is different, though, in that he is the leader. the one whom no one can excel. Among the minute having living among the minute living entities, one being can excel another in one capacity or another. Like each of these living entities, the Lord is an individual, but he is different in that he is the supreme individual. God is also infallible, and thus in the Bhagavad Gita he is addressed as Achyuta, which means he who never falls down. God never falls down. He is fully transcendental. The name is appropriate because the Bhagavad Gita Arjuna falls into the illusion, but Krishna does not. Krishna himself reveals his infallibility when he says to Arjuna, when I appear in this world, I do so by my own internal potency. And that is given in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter 6th verse. When he appears in this material world, he is appearing with his full potency, and that is own internal potency. So that satisfies the name Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that we have understood what Lord Krishna God is, how he is God, and we have tried to understand and why we should say that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna is God. One, he is infallible, he is not related to Maya, he is away from Maya. Even though he has created this entire material world, still he is away from Maya. Actually, we will try to take the further the Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches the spirit soul is immortal, and that our activities in the spiritual world are also immortal. Whatever activities that we are doing it in spiritual world, basically transcendental world, not Vedic Karma Kanda. Whatever spirituality you are doing regarding Krishna consciousness is immortal. Whereas Vedic Karma Kanda, they are not immortal, they are mortal. Why? As soon as you get the fruits of it, finished. It is not Shashvat, not Sanatan. But the activities in Krishna consciousness are Shashvat. You are reaping the benefits of it life after life. The Mayavadis don't follow, but we don't worry about them. In the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, I offer my respects to my spiritual masters. And then there are list of spiritual masters which we will go and see directly in Chaitanya Charitamrita tomorrow. Then the next comes, actually Chaitanya Charitamrita is not intended for the novice. This is the basic point. It is not for the new person. Why? Because first you don't understand what is Krishna. But then why I am taking this lecture? Chaitanya Charitamrita can be heard. But first you have to learn Bhagavad Gita. And I am having many lectures regarding Bhagavad Gita. I am having many lectures regarding Srimad Bhagavatam. That also you can go with it. You can go through it, understand that. But there are some senior devotees also who are very much happy to learn Chaitanya Charitamrita. And for junior devotees, yeah, there is Bhagavad Gita session. There will be Srimad Bhagavatam session on Sunday, morning 8 o'clock. There is Srimad Bhagavatam session. On Sunday program, morning 8 o'clock. Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita is not intended for the novice, for it is the postgraduate study of spiritual knowledge. Ideally, one begins with the Bhagavad Gita and advances through Srimad Bhagavatam to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Although all these great scriptures are on the same absolute level, for the sake of comparative study of Chaitanya Charitamrita is considered to be on the highest platform. Every verse in it is perfectly composed. And that is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is given verse by verse. We are going, as it is, we are going to say, read Chaitanya Charitamrita verse by verse, and we will be able to understand. There is some introduction about Ishopanishad also. And there is much of the introduction given about the Chaitanya Charitamrita subject matter, and whatever is stated there is summarily stated here. No need for us to do that. We are going to see verse by verse. Some excerpts we will try to understand. However, Lord Chaitanya's greatest gift, and what was the greatest gift? Was his teaching that Krishna can be treated as one's lover. And we have seen father, mother, and all that. But Krishna can be or should be actually, but for us it is a golden chance in Kali Yuga because of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that what he is teaching us, that Krishna can be treated as one's lover. I can treat him as my lover. And we have understood there is no male or female in this, because male or female is applicable only to the spiritual material body. And spiritually we are eternally the servant of Lord Krishna. But we can make him the lover. We can forget ourselves. Well, we are Jain Sword Lady. Okay, no, we are this only material body, and we are lover of, and Krishna is our lover, and I am the beloved, or Krishna is the beloved and I am the lover. Means I should love Krishna. That is what they meant to say. In this relationship, the Lord becomes so much attached to his devotee that he expresses his inability to reciprocate. Krishna was so obliged to the gopis, the covered girls of Vrindavana, that he felt unable to return their love. I cannot repay your love, he told them. I have no more assets to give. Devotional service on this highest, most excellent platform of lover and beloved, which had never been given by any previous incarnation or Acharya, was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That makes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu different. And that is what we are missing in the entire devotion of Lord Krishna. So many people say, okay, you are doing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some people were telling me, okay, are you Gaudiya? No, but I am not Gaudiya. But if I am doing Krishna consciousness, I should do it perfectly, and then if you have to do it perfectly, I have to take the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, quoting Srila Rupa Goswami, writes in the 4th verse of this book, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna in a yellow complexion, and he is Sachinandana, the son of Mother Sachi. He is the most charitable personality because he came to deliver Krishna Prem, unalloyed love for Krishna to everyone. And unalloyed love for Krishna, if Krishna loves us, no, how we should love to Krishna. And that how we should love to Krishna is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That love, from me to him, not from him to me. First we have to understand. From a devotee to a Lord Krishna, not from Krishna to devotee, but from a devotee to Lord Krishna, how a devotee should love to Lord Krishna, that love is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that Lord Krishna also doesn't give, but he gives it only to that gopis, his gopis, because gopis are very much fond of Krishna, but that love is not given to everyone. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't even see the eligibility. He keeps on distributing love of Krishna. He is the most charitable person. That is why he is called the most charitable person. So, Radha and Krishna display their pastimes through Krishna's internal energy. The pleasure potency of Krishna's internal energy is most difficult subject matter, and unless and one understands what Krishna is, one cannot understand it. Krishna does not take any pleasure in this material world, but he is a pleasure potency. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna, the pleasure potency is within us also, but we are trying to exhibit that pleasure potency in matter. Krishna, however, does not make such a vain attempt. The object of Krishna's pleasure potency is Srimati Radharani. Krishna exhibits his potency as Srimati Radharani and then engages in loving affairs with her. In other words, Krishna does not take pleasure in this external energy, but exhibits his internal energy, his pleasure potency as Srimati Radharani and then enjoys with her. Thus, Krishna manifests himself as Radharani in order to enjoy his internal potency, pleasure potency. Of the many extensions, expansions and incarnations of the Lord, the pleasure potency is the foremost and the chief. That also we have to understand. When we say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is of Srimati Radharani. And why Srimati Radharani? That has been told in this paragraph. His pleasure potency. And if we are looking for the pleasure in this material world, we are the most nonsense persons in all the material worlds. Why? Because there is no pleasure in this material world. Whatever we think as pleasure is our illusion. And that is what we have learned from Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Everything in this Maya is an illusion. Everything is false. We are thinking that whatever is happening is true to it. When a person dies, we think that he is died. But no, yes, actually the Maya, thinking that he is dead is Maya. And thinking that the soul is not dead, it is immortal. And then if you think about the soul, we come out of Maya. And that is what is the difference between. And that is why we have to understand Srimati Radharani. Thus Krishna manifests himself as Srimati Radharani in order to enjoy his internal pleasure potency. And the order to enjoy his internal pleasure potency of Lord Krishna, if you want to pleasure Satchidananda Vigraha, and if you want to have Satchit you can have, Ananda if you want to have, and then that is you have to go to Srimati Radharani. But the combination of this, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahi anya, and that combination is nothing but and the combination is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you see, Radharani is the chief of our devotee. Of the many extensions, expansions and incarnations of the Lord, this pleasure potency is the foremost and the chief pleasure of all the incarnations. And the remaining part of this lecture, maybe I will take some part of introduction and I will start with the verse of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Chaitanya Charitamrita. And the verses are in Bengali, but I will try to tell you meaning and explanation also, translation and purport also. So don't worry about it. Today will be this class in English. And I think tomorrow I may take the same in English because I have to complete this introduction. And once I am completing this introduction, the same will be given in Hindi. The entire introduction again, maybe in one part or two part, how it's supposed to happen, but I will take the same lecture in Hindi again, so nothing to worry about. And if possible, I get some books somewhere, I can do it in Marathi also, because I know all three languages, English, Hindi, Marathi. Joining me is not unworthy. Please don't think joining me is unworthy. No, I know English, Hindi, Marathi by God's grace, and I can explain this to you in English, Hindi and Marathi by God's grace. So please join me, keep listening to me and understand the pleasure potency and understand how to get the pleasure of Lord Krishna from Lord Krishna's devotion. Don't make it Lord Krishna's service as a duty, make it as a pleasure, and you will enjoy every minute, every second spent with Lord Krishna. That is my word to you. ISKCON Virar West, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Center, Global City G. Hare Krishna.